very much. Good stuff, Mr. Pierce. Let's bring in Alan Nuttman, Chief Market Strategist at BullseyeOption.com, assessing the rally here this morning, doing a little bit of trading as well. Stocks are up. We're at the highs of the session. NASDAQ 1.3%. Good way to start the week, Alan?
Yeah, it's a great way. You want to see how the markets react when they have any action. But let's remember, it's only 2 weeks ago that we were this close to the all-time forever highs. I think we were at 18 points in the S&P. So I would term this, as we've seen many times before, but you want to see how it reacts. This is profit taking. This is the profit taking pullback. So, people are getting a little bit jittery because we're going to be able to sell the fact the cuts are coming. And when that happens, is that already built in the market? Is that why we are here? Some people may think so, and that's why they want to take some of that money off the table.
All right, fair enough. So if we then, I guess, hold like 5,400 first step this week, basically?
Well, for me, 5,500 was an important level. We traded sideways for 3 weeks between 5,500 and 5,650.
Yep.
And when we made that attempt on the top and failed, you saw the disappointment in the market action. So I need to see it get back above 5,500. That's also about the halfway point of this, this pullback from the top here recently. So that's very important level. That had held as support for about 3 weeks, and then it failed. But like you talked about with Ben, there are so many other positives. Inflation is down, rates are down, dollars down. Yeah, it's bounced a little tiny bit, and so everything, the VIX is down. And even with this latest profit-taking pullback, the VIX hung around this 20 level. So it didn't pull on August 5th, where that was a let's just say a unique situation.
Yeah. I note your reference to the August 30th bounce to the highs and then the head fake. Seems like that stood out to you.
Yeah, trade what you see. And I saw a market fail to make new highs. Right. And guess what? Everybody said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put some of these coins in my pocket. Everybody, unless you got in the last week or so, everybody right now is working with unrealized profits. And you know how that plays on people's minds. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of built up unrealized profits. So the question is, now that these rate cuts are coming, and there's a 75% chance that we're going to get a 50% cut, a half a point cut, in the next two. So one of them is going to be a half point. So, what does that tell people? And, how quick are people going to be? Again, greed is going to come into play here if we see these markets move.
Okay, I like that. Well said. How come you're trading Teva Pharmaceuticals, the generic drug maker that's been on a great tear? I thought you liked to buy beaten down stocks.
I trade what I see. And sometimes it's ridiculously boring, and I know you hate it.
No, it's okay. I like generic drugs.
AT&T, we took 100% profit here last week. AT&T.
Oh, yeah, AT&T's doing great. For sure.
Nobody does, but it's about making money. It's not about trading to be exciting. It's about making money.
Yeah, that's
so we also here recently in the last couple weeks, we put on Verizon, and you shook your head at that one too. And that's breaking up.
I never shake my head.
We looked at Love. We looked at Southwest Airlines, and that's
why, because you were getting me all bulled up on the market and then traded Verizon instead, which turned out to, I guess, be the smart thing.
Well, thank you. All right, so then we'll move on. Why Teva? Because it's got a great chart. It's got great momentum, and it's paused up here. And I'm seeing what I like to see. I see my leverage long accumulation, which is smart money accumulating positions, again, here at these levels. It's up 125% since its 2023 low. So it's a momentum stock, but it's still 75% off its 2015 high. So it's got a lot of upside potential. And technically, it's very simple. It's been trading for 5 years, been trading between 7.5 and 15. And it broke out above 15. We're at 18 now. So the target on this is 22.5. So the way to play, I'm looking at a January option, a January 15 call. It's trading for about $4 right now. It's $3 in the money. And it's got 4 months of time for development. If we get to that 22.5, which is a relatively modest goal from where it's been, then this option gains nearly 100%. So it's just about the math. It's just about the chart. And, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. And this chart is not broken.
All right, yeah, true that. Looks pretty darn good. All right, so you're buying the in-the-money call, $15. So you've got some room to breathe on it too, if it slows down or but there's been like no pushback on the stock at all. So you're basically just trading very much in trend.
Right. I'm just jumping on board the horse that's leading the race. But but
Yeah.
it still has a lot of upside. And I'm going to throw this out. PE. Look up your PE on that, my friend.
Okay.
7.
Funny you should
7.
mention that. I was just looking at a note here this morning.
Not that I care, but that makes me, that makes a better case.
Hey, I got something for you.
I have a discussion.
I got ammo for you. Here, I'm going your way. This morning, Jeffrey says Teva has plenty of room for valuation expansion. There you go.
All right.
A quiver, an arrow in your
Jeffrey
quiver.
for me.
All right. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate the trade. All right, buying the $15 call in Teva Pharmaceuticals and looking for S&Ps to recover lost ground above 55. Alan Nuckman, Chief Market Strategist at bullseyeoption.com. Let's talk about the supply.